Hello and happy Saturday. Welcome to day 19 of this yoga challenge, 30-day yoga challenge. I'm Laren. Thanks for joining me. For more resources from me on all things yoga, check out my website, yellowumbrellayoga.com. For today, I thought we could work towards moving through the sun salutation sequence more times in our 30 minutes. But to keep from overdoing it, hopefully revisiting some of those softer options for doing so, working to build up from there. So join me on the mat when you're ready. Let's move to tabletop and dive right in. So tabletop or hands and knees brings widespread handprints right under your shoulders, stacking your knees right under your hips. Work towards neutralizing the curvature in your spine. And that includes your neck as well. So press the back of your head towards the ceiling. Press the ground away with both hands. Spread your fingers wide. Notice the texture of the mat. Let this be strong. Holding this pose on purpose instead of just collapsing into your body, waiting for the next thing to come along. As you hold this pose, notice your breath. Maybe softly creating a whisper sound in the back of your throat to create a warming sensation as you breathe, and also to give you a tactile sort of textural experience with your breath to help you hold on to it throughout your practice. This might sound kind of like an ocean wave. When you're ready, start to create a similar wave with your spine. Inhaling, tipping your front hip points towards the floor, letting your belly be heavy. Find cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tail, round your back. Press the mat away, arching your upper back as well, tucking your chin. Find cat. Keep moving. This will become our vinyasa flow in a moment. But right now, just focus on pairing your breath with your movement. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more round. Nice. Untuck your toes if they're tucked. Return to a neutral spine. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. On an inhale, lift your right arm and left leg, extending both long for bird dog. Try to keep your hips level here. It's kind of hard to do. It's easy to want to lift that leg and turn the toes out to the side, but as you can see, that's less stable. So let your toes point towards the mat. Press your heel away, like stamping your foot on the wall behind you. Return to tabletop. Take a breath here. Strong and stable. On another inhale, lift your left hand and right foot, extend them long. Bird dog on the other side. Continue moving, do this a couple more times, remembering that this is also an option for a vinyasa cycle. Inhale, lift your right hand, left foot, long line. Exhale, plant them both on the mat. Inhale, other side, keep moving. Exhale, lower, reset. Inhale, lift. Switching sides. Plant both in center. Inhale, lift. Pressing into your grounded hand and knee. And then finding 4 feet again in your tabletop. Send your hips toward your heels. Reach long in front with both hands. Take child's pose. Enjoy a full breath here. Inhale, shift forward. Glue your forearms to the mat. Put your weight into your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press into hands and feet. Lift your elbows now. And send your hips to the sky. Find downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Shrug your shoulders. And then work towards sending them away from your ears. This might feel really strange, but notice that you still have this range of motion with your shoulder blades on your back. So work towards not shrugging, if that makes sense. It might help to take your handprints a little wider apart with your pinkies closer to the outer edges of your mat. This can give a little more space in the shoulders. Deep breath in, lift your heels. Deep breath out, maybe open your mouth to sigh. Press your heels towards the floor. It's okay if they don't go all the way there. Take baby steps. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Bend your knees as much as needed. You can rest your torso on your lap and just let your arms and head hang. Maybe nod yes. Press into both feet. Let your arms and head be heavy as you roll slowly to standing. Inhaling slowly. Let your head be the last to lift. Find mountain pose. Turn your thumbs outward. Spread your fingers wide. Shine your palms forward. Enjoy a full breath here. Preparing to move through Sun Salutation A now with those soft versions of the vinyasa sequence to begin building more warmth. So on an inhale, lift your hands up high. Palms can touch overhead as you hinge at your hips. Dive forward, reach toward the floor. Forward fold. Bend your knees, exhale here. Rest on your own lap. Inhale, half lift. Just like in tabletop, work towards neutralizing the curvature in your spine. Again, remembering this involves your neck as well. Press your head towards the ceiling, the back of your head. Long spine, fold again. Lead with your heart, melt forward. Plant both hands. Take those baby steps again as you send your feet towards the back of your mat. And pause in downward facing dog. Again, you can take your hands a little wider to give more space for your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels. Come onto your knees for tabletop. This is where the vinyasa sequence comes. So let's opt for cat-cow for now. Inhale, let your belly be heavy. Cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, cow. Lift your face last. Exhale, round and tuck. Cat. Tuck your toes. Send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Walk forward as you exhale. Find your fold. Inhale, rise up. Root down through both feet as you do so. Reach up high with your hands. Keep moving. Palms can touch. Dive forward. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Long back. Neutral spine if you're able. Exhale, melt your heart forward. Fold again. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Take a breath in downward facing dog. As you exhale, lower your knees to the mat. Stack your joints, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Set up your tabletop. Inhale, sink your belly towards the floor, take cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tail around your back, find cat. Inhale, belly drops again for cow. Scrub the mat towards your knees with your hands to drag your heart forward, getting an extra stretch in your belly. Exhale, tuck your tail. Use your core, really round your back, tuck your chin, find cat. Press the air out. As you inhale, tuck your toes, press into hands and feet, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Root down to rise up. Slowly inhale, pause in standing, preparing to move again. Let's take it up a notch this time and change our vinyasa sequence from cat-cow to bird dog. Build ever more warmth still. Inhale, reach up high, palms can touch. Dive forward, hinge at your hips. Fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins or lap. Long neutral spine. Exhale, melt forward. Let your lap support your torso. Bend your knees. No need to ask too much of your hamstrings. Plant your hands. Walk your feet back. Keep your hips up high. Take downward facing dog. Receive a breath here. Sigh it out. Lower to your knees. Set your foundation. Find stability in tabletop. Again, neutralizing your spine as you're able. On an inhale, lift your right hand and left leg. Take your bird dog sequence for a vinyasa warm-up this time. Plant both on the mat. Inhale, lift the other side. Exhale, lower. One more round each side. Inhale, right hand, left foot, lift. Reach long in front and behind. Maybe point your toes this time. Exhale, lower both to the mat. Inhale, same thing, other side, reach long. Point your toes. Lower both to the mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press into both hands like stepping on gas pedals. Send your hips to the sky. Take downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale to lift, roll up. Stand tall. Spread your fingers wide. Turn your thumbs outward. Let your shoulders be heavy from your ears. Imagine tearing the mat in half between your feet. Stand sturdy on both legs as though they're tree trunks. Take another deep breath here. And exhale, sigh it out. We're not in a hurry. There's always a moment to reset. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Palms can touch as you dive forward. Hinge at your hips, fold. Let your lap support you when you're ready. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins or thighs. Take a moment to neutralize the spinal curvatures. And exhale, melt forward, folding again. Wrap both arms around behind your knees. And give yourself a little hug as you send your hips any amount higher towards the sky. Nice. Bend your knees a little more again. Release your arms. Plant both hands and step your feet back. Find downward facing dog. Take a breath. As you exhale, lower to your knees. Set up your tabletop. Inhale, lift your right hand and left foot. Exhale to lower. Inhale, bird dog on the other side. Exhale, lower. Reset. One more round, both sides. Inhale, lift. Reach. Exhale, lower. Reset. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Inhale, send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Exhale as you walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, roll up. Stand up. Reset here. All right, get ready. You still have lots of vinyasa options, but for the last half of today, we'll move through Sun Salutation B and really start to build some warmth, hoping to squeeze in a few more cycles than we have so far this month. Great work. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, lower your hips. Sit in an imaginary chair. Heel toe your feet apart if that helps you feel more stable. But let your toes point forward like you're standing on imaginary railroad tracks. Exhale, sink a little lower. You can reach in front of you to counterbalance your weight with your hands. Turn your thumbs outward if you opt for this. Also, you can take prayer hands at heart center with your elbows wide, taking the weight out of your shoulders. Just like in tabletop and in a half fold lift, work towards neutralizing your spine's curvature here. So notice if your belly's dipping forward or if you're rounding through your back, and try to find flat space in between. Don't forget your neck. Press your neck towards the back of the room so it's long. This might involve a little chin tuck. Okay, that's enough of that. Dive forward, take a fold, inhale, exhale. Let your head be heavy, nod yes. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins or lap. Neutralize your spine again. As always, knees can bend as much as needed. Exhale, melt forward, fold. Plant both hands. Step your feet back or take an option to hop. Find your downward facing dog. Finish your breath. Exhale here. Take your vinyasa. You might come down onto your knees and take cat-cow, or opt for a couple cycles of bird dog. Or follow me and find your plank. So from your downward facing dog, shift your shoulders forward over your hands. And here's another option to lower your knees. Keep your elbows close. Yogi push-up, lower to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, inflate to lift your chest off the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Find cobra. Exhale, lower. Tap your nose. Tuck your toes. Press up for plank. Press your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, take a big step forward. Find runner's lunge. Little step in with your back foot, sending toes out to the side a bit. Set your foundation for warrior one. When you feel stable, inhale to rise. Reach up, receive a breath. Look at the sun in warrior one. Exhale, dive forward, plant your hands. Step back for runner's lunge and send your right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Your vinyasa, optionally shift forward with me. You can keep your leg lifted for extra challenge. From plank pose, take your yogi push-up. Elbows are close, lower to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press up. Press into the tops of your feet for upward facing dog this time, maybe. Exhale, lower everything to the mat. Tuck your toes. Press up for plank. Inhale, lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, bend your knee. Step forward, runner's lunge. Little step in with your back right foot, toes out to the side. Press into both feet, lift your hands, warrior one on the other side. Big breath in. Exhale, dive forward, frame your front foot, step back for runner's lunge. Keep your belly strong, send your left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. You can lower your foot or move right through your vinyasa, shifting forward for plank, lowering to your belly, chaturanga. Inhale, inflate to lift, maybe through cobra, pressing still to extend both arms. Pressing into the tops of both feet to lift your knees off the mat for upward facing dog. Squeeze your glutes, open your chest. Exhale, lower to your belly. Stack both palms, rest your forehead, take a breath. Remembering that you can always reset. Take an extra beat for you. When you're ready, send your hips toward your heels, take a child's pose. Maybe feeling your heartbeat on your lap. Keep breathing. When you're ready, shift forward, tuck your toes, take downward facing dog. Was a good catch, huh? Walk your feet to meet your hands, take a forward fold. Inhale to lift, rise to standing. So now we've explored the full range of options to move through this sequence. Let's see if we can squeeze in a couple more cycles. Remembering you can take whatever vinyasa serves you. So take a moment to consider if you're ready for more power or more softness. Inhale, reach up high, look up. Exhale, lower your hips, take chair pose. Take another breath here. Exhale, dive forward, hinge at your hips, reach toward the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, make your way to downward facing dog. Take your vinyasa. Maybe opting for plank, yogi push-up, untucking toes, inhaling to lift for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to lower. Inhale here. Press up for plank, Tuck your toes if you haven't already, depending on your plank version. Send your hips to the sky. Step on the gas in both hands. Lift your right leg. Big step forward. Step in with your left foot. Set your feet for warrior one. Root down, rise up. Reach up. Breathe in. Dive forward. Exhale. Root down again. Step back. Send your right foot to the sky. Your vinyasa, maybe lowering to your knees to slow down the building of warmth, but to still sustain it. Maybe taking bird dog this time for your vinyasa. Wherever you are, meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot. Big step forward. Set up your feet. Root down, rise up. Breathe in. Exhale, dive forward. Root down again. Step back. Left foot to the sky. Your option for vinyasa. Maybe coming down to tabletop again. And this time doing cat-cow. Inhaling, stretching the belly towards the floor for cow. Exhale, rounding for cat. One more cycle. Wherever you are, meet me in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up, rise up, stand up. Breathe in, reset, breathe out. Decide what you need for another cycle. Maybe you're ready for more warmth now, or maybe you're ready to keep slowing down. You have options. You're in control. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower your hips, find chair pose. Heel toe your feet apart if helpful. Take a breath here. Let it go. Fold, lift your hips, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, find downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa, maybe shifting forward for plank. Yogi push-up, elbows close, lower to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift, maybe through cobra to upward facing dog. Elbows close, lower again. Tuck your toes. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot. Exhale, step forward. Set up your foundation. You know where we're going. Lift your hands, warrior one. Maybe stepping back a little further if you're ready for more power in this pose. Exhale, dive forward. Frame your foot. Send your right foot to the sky. Take your vinyasa. Maybe joining me for a three-legged plank and chaturanga. Inhale to lift. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Take a breath. Let it go. Reset. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale, send your hips to the sky. And breathe here. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, big step forward. Set your foundation. Press into both feet. Rise up, lift up, stand up. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward again, plant your hands. Step back. Left foot to the sky. Last vinyasa, you can do it. Find plank. Yogi push-up. Inhale, lift, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Press up to plank. Send your hips to the sky. Bend your knees, lift your heels, look at your hands. Become springy and maybe hop your feet towards your hands. Pause in a fold. Exhale as you nod yes. Inhale, imagine tearing the mat in half with both feet. Root down, rise up, lift up, deep breath in. Palms touch and slide down to heart center, where I say thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.